Hey guys, good morning. This is In the Show with Red. It's about 6 a.m. in the morning. I was going to get up and start cutting some grass, but it started raining, so we're going to change out the starter generator on the 95 Club Car DS instead. It came in the mail yesterday. Plan to put it on today anyway, so we'll just get it done early. Just a quick backstory. We rebuilt this golf cart from a body standpoint a couple months ago. Kids were out riding it. All of a sudden, they said they started to smell something burning, and the cart just shut off. I replaced the starter generator on this golf cart about a year ago. One I bought off Amazon for about $100. Put it on, fired right up. It worked great. They've read the heck out of this thing over the year, but suddenly it's burned up. And then I went back and read all the reviews on that same starter generator, and basically everybody on there says, do not buy this. So I traced this down, and I have run through all my specs. And so I started at my battery. I have a good battery. I've charged it. I charged the battery. I moved to my solenoid and tested my power to it. I have power to it and through it. You can hear it click. And then I have power from the solenoid to the starter generator, which is sitting right back there. Now on this golf cart, it's a little bit tougher to get to because I put a back seat on, but I can still access it pretty easily. I've already pulled the belt off, and basically it goes this standpoint here. So I'm reaching through the access compartment, but you have two mounting bolts, one here right behind the muffler, and then one here right behind the muffler, and I believe they're 9/16. And then on the back you have a tension bolt for your belt, and that's a 1/2-inch bolt. A little tougher to get to, but not too bad. And then you have your positive terminal here, and then your switch terminal here, and then you have your negative on the side. So I'm going to go through and I'm going to pull all these off, and I'll show you pulling it out. But I can't video and undo these bolts at the same time. Alright, so we got the old starter out, and here's the new starter here. I'm going to change my negative cable on each. So the negative runs from F1, which you can see, and it came off of A2 here. Now this one's not marked A1 and A2, but that's what they are. So we're going to hook to F1, which is upside down, put F1 and to A2, and to give this a clockwise. So we're going to get that swapped, and then we'll get them placed back into the golf cart. Already, this newer OEM starter is much more heavy duty. I can just tell by the way it's built that it's manufactured better than this knockoff that I got here. And I'm gonna open this one up in a little bit, and I'll show you something about it that'll help you understand what I'm saying. All right, so we have the starter back in. I have it wired up like I showed you before. So the positive coming from my solenoid is here. The switch is back here. And then the negative is grounded to the frame over here. I have the two mounting bolts back in. I have my belt back on. Let's get a shot. It's very tight back here. It's tough to get a good view. And then right back here is my tension bolt. So what I've done is I have my crowbar in here, and I will just give a little bit of pressure, and I'll raise it up, tighten it down, and then tighten that back bolt back here. All right, so we're mounted up. In the back, I have, so aggravating to get video of, I have the belt back on, mounted in, and I told you incorrectly, this is a 95 DS, and it spins counterclockwise is the correct rotation for this generator. So from a wiring standpoint, I'm going to go to the old generator just to show you, because it's a lot easier now that we're done. But let me show you it run. We're in service mode. Keys on. And she's ready to rock. Okay, so back to the old generator. Coming in, F2 is your hot, your positive coming from the solenoid. DF is the positive wire that'll come in with the hot. You just screw it onto this. This is an 8mm, this is a 10mm, or 5/16. You can use it there. And then we came from, it's underneath now, but we come from F1 here. This is our negative, and it comes around to A1. Excuse me, A2. Yeah, A2 to F1 was our ground. Now, if you were to switch and go from ground on F1 to A1, it would then spin clockwise. So we were spinning counterclockwise originally. That's the way this motor is supposed to run for this golf cart. If you change it, it'll spin the opposite way if you have a newer model. These motors are universal for all club cars, I believe, and you can get them for all the years range. You just need to change your negative terminal to change your rotation of spin. Now I'm going to open this up. I'm going to pull these two bolts off, and I'm going to show you the inside and likely why this baby was burning up and is essentially a piece of junk. All right. So I've already cleaned this up because I tried to repair this before I did the video, hoping I wouldn't have to buy a new one. But I had to take all of these out. And it's a bit of a job. And you can just smell the burnt on the inside right now. I know you can't, but I'm going to tell you, there's all kind of trash in here. These were full. These were covered with debris, trash. They wouldn't spring appropriately. It just smelled like burnt rubber on the inside. And I did file them down, tried to get it to work appropriately, but my actual problem is in here. And I want you to look. Hopefully you can see it on the video. I can see it right here, but there's nothing but junk all inside. So my motor essentially will not spin. It is bound down on the inside. I tried to pull the screws loose. I was going to pull it out and clean it and try to do that, but after realizing what I had and going back and reading the other Amazon reviews on this generator, I decided to spend $100 more and buy an appropriate unit that will hopefully last several more years than this one did. Most people are saying they're getting like 3 to 5 months out of these things. I got a year out of this one. But I paid $100 more and hopefully I'm gonna get several more years out of my other. But now, yep, we have our other running. Kids will be pumped when they get home from school, and they'll be ready to tear it up again, and we'll do another video. Thanks for watching In the Shed with Red. And as a disclaimer, I am a basic homeowner who is doing basic maintenance on my equipment, and I'm providing information that is what I am finding on other videos and YouTube channels and on the internet. And as a disclaimer, if you use anything off of this video and your equipment tears up, it's on you, brother.